This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off the Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Say hello to our listeners jumping out of 98.9 The Rock, Kansas City's rock station, also 96.5 WCMF, Rochester's Classic Rock, and 105.3 The Bear in beautiful Blacksburg, Virginia. Welcome to the program. What a large and charge program we have for you today. As the drunk in charge, Ryan Castle in the house to sit and spin, and today we'll get 10 songs corrected by the grammar police. Men's room rules also coming up, and we will drink and toast with the shot of the day. Our question today, we're talking about fast food, and what is your fast food story? Steve, one of my all-time favorite stories, I'd have to think, other than the story when we walked into, and it was a surreal situation at a McDonald's in New Orleans, but still my favorite story was when you walked into the fast food place in Baltimore, and you had just got a haircut, I believe.
It wasn't a haircut, and it was your neck of the woods. It was Burger King.
Oh, it was Burger King. All right, sweet.
So remember that, and there was a pretty decent line, and I'm like 21, maybe, whatever, and it's myself and two buddies. I remember waiting in line to order, and keep in mind, I do not know the woman behind the counter. We have never met. We never saw each other again. This was just our one interaction. But I'm waiting in line, so at the time, I had dreads, okay?
Okay.
And because that was back when I could grow hair. Man, oh man, what a great time that was. You could grow hair. It actually grew long. So I'm waiting in line. I go up, and again, instead of saying, "Hi, welcome to Burger King, may I take your order?" This was her exact quote. She looks at me, okay, kind of turns her head and says, "Oh, nigga, what'd you do to your hair?" That was her greeting. So my response was, "I will take a Whopper and an orange soda." That was it, man. I'm like, really, man? You
don't like it?
That's your
does
opening?
That mean she didn't like it? Or
I don't know. Right. It didn't matter. I'm like, wait, God damn it.
Did you color them or anything? Or
no.
Just regular dreadlocks?
That's what I mean. I'd never met her. I don't know who she was. But that was also known as a greeting on the East Coast.
A woman went into a Popeyes in Staten Island, New York earlier this month and ordered their $4 deal. It comes with chicken strips, a biscuit, and a side, but no drink. Well, apparently, the woman confused it with Wendy's $4 deal, which does, in fact, include a drink.
Sure.
She was so upset that she didn't get the soda that she picked up a chair, smashed the front window of the store. The cops, once again, are trying to track her down as well. What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
I mean, damn, man.
We've had three stories, and these people are still on the line.
I mean, I understand. Like, look, man, disappointment sucks. We get it, but the reaction that people have to fast food. I mean, you could be in a place for a $400 steak, but if you feel it's overcooked, right, you might send it back to the kitchen. But you don't like stand up, flip the table over, and throw a plate at the bartender.
You do in Lubbock, Texas, if they don't have
spend
biscuits and gravy.
$4, the less money you spend, the more likely it is for you to go crazy, it seems.
But the first time we brought this story up, Ted, you said all meals should come with a Coke. You almost seemed to justify this woman's behavior.
You were like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's
who's offers a meal deal without a soda?
I know, but that still doesn't justify it, though. Like,
well, it doesn't justify it. I'm just saying,
but
I get
you
where
seem a
she's
little more
from.
Right. Like, I'm saying, like, you seem to side with her.
You're like,
and understand her frustration.
What? Well,
but it's a soda.
You're calling it a meal deal?
So when you say
a meal involves a beverage.
I'm not. I can't debate that. I'm just saying. But it's not worth it.
I mean, if you get
it was Popeyes, right?
Yes.
You know the woman from the commercials. You think she would invite you to her home and not serve you a beverage?
Obviously, she would, Ted. Oh, honey, you're going to have to ask for that on the side.
Well, and I mean, I've told these stories before, but I've been a part of this on the other side where my dad has lost his mind at fast food joints. So one was in the drive-thru, and they just said, hey, can you pull over? We'll get you the rest of the meal.
Because it's not ready yet.
Yeah. I ain't having to pull it over. And he's like, I'll sit here. And he like threw it in park. I was like, I'll sit here all day and ruin your whole business.
What do they have ready?
Ruin
a chicken sandwich or fries or something?
I mean, I don't remember. But
why was it so offensive? Like, dude, they're going to bring it to us.
He's always angry. But he took it out on the fast food people. And then the other time, something happened, and then he went inside. And I wasn't inside. But then my mom comes, like, running out. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, I think your father's going to get arrested.
Oh, no.
It's like, what? And he was in there and was like, I'm going to jump this effing counter. And he wanted something, it was something stupid, like a plain hamburger. And I think it ended finally. The workers were like, here, like, take 2 burgers, just leave out of the store.
Wow. Jeez whiz.
Yeah, so I grew up with it in my family, but I don't know why people feel fine yelling at poor fast food workers.
Not only that, but if you order a chicken sandwich and they tell you to pull over, one of 2 things is going to happen. They didn't have fries ready, so at least your fries are going to be hot, your sandwich is going to be hot. It's worth pulling over instead.
Who cares? They're going to bring you your food.
Exactly, and it's going to be hot.
It costs $5.
What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
Spend $5, man. Keep your freaking expectations low.
I think a lot of people like my father just expect fast food to have every sandwich ready and
presto.
Right. Like,
it's not
here you
instant food. Even when you make like instant noodles, it takes a minute. Right? They're not instant.
And let's be honest, right? In the United States of America, if you go to a fast food restaurant at, say, between 4:30 and 6:30 in the evening, like, it's going to be crowded.
Right.
This is when people are grabbing dinner. Like,
good God.
Yeah, freak out.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So this story goes back, a good 35 years or so before fast foods got into all their fancy computer stuff. And
fancy computers they're all using now.
No, you couldn't get away with it now. But my buddy used to work, and this is a story of how the McDonald's Corporation funded my high school party years. He would work the evenings and would work the window, and smart guy with math, and he would know the totals. Of course, he'd worked there long enough to know that a number one cost this much, this cost that much, add it together. Boom. He would not ring it into the register, but he'd know in his head what the price was, get the money from the window, stick it in the register so, in case the bosses were watching. Every time he'd get up to about $20, he'd slip a 20 out of the register. And I think the best night he ever had was about $160 out of there. So every time we picked him up from work on a Friday or Saturday night, we always depended on him to kind of fund our night for the party, head off, get a beer, bag of weed, off to the drive-in, and we were good for the night.
And 35 years ago, that's a lot of money. If you're going to throw a party, you could have every top shelf liquor available and a keg of beer, at least.
Man, keggers every once in a while. Mostly it was just beer. But you know what typically what he did though, he was so overdrawn on his account, he would have to steal that money to cover the bounce checks from the paycheck before, and it would only leave us a little bit after to party with. But yeah,
that's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a damn shame.
I like how he makes ends meet. I overdraw my account, then I steal from here, and the money we have left over, we throw a raid.
Did he ever get caught?
Say what?
Did he ever get caught?
No, he never ever got caught.
And I got to ask you, are you still in contact with this guy? Do you have any idea where he is in life?
Actually, no, he's actually quite a good guy.
I was going to say, what is he doing now? Tell me he's like a lawyer or something. Right.
No, not a lawyer. He works in merchandising.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know he's lifting from there. I just feel like
He's always really well dressed.
Uh-huh.
What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Tim. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going?
Hola.
So just because of the fact that you were saying something about the welfare checks,
Yeah.
I worked at the McDonald's in Everett 16 years ago, and the first night of the 39-cent cheeseburgers just happened to coincide with the welfare checks and the Navy checks.
How much business had you ever dealt with that many people in fast food before?
No.
Give people an idea of the size of the order. So,
we had our freezer completely stocked, like top to bottom, all the way to the door.
With previously
and
frozen?
Still wound up closing about 5 hours early because we ran out of burgers.
How many burgers do you estimate that had to be?
Each case is about 100.
Okay. No, but are these?
And we're talking literally hundreds of cases that were in there.
Okay. Are these already made, or are they're just they're ready to be prepared?
No, these are just the patties.
See, because most people take those burgers home and they throw them in the freezer.
Right.
So in a weird way, like I know you can't do this at McDonald's, but
most.
Well, most people I know who buy if you're buying 100 hamburgers, I'm like, if you can eat 100 hamburgers in like 2-3 days.
Could you guys sell? If I went in and said, "Look, since I'm going to freeze it, can I just buy the case?" I know you got a case.
You could make it beforehand, and there's like say 30 frozen hamburgers in a bag. You know what I mean? Like I'm still paying 39 cents for them. I'm going to take most of these home and put them in the freezer. That's
without the bun?
No. Prepared already.
Oh, yeah.
So the hamburger's already wrapped up. It's just frozen. So, like, they don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to buy, for example, you go to White Castle Hamburger, you can buy a box of their frozen hamburgers. When they have these deals, you should be able to get like 20 frozen McDonald's
prepare for it in advance.
They're already wrapped. They're already ready to go. They just hand you the bag.
But those White Castle ones you buy at the store.
Correct.
I don't think you can buy them at a White Castle.
No, we're just saying if it's that big of a rush.
You're saying cook the burgers, freeze them, and just give them in frozen.
Because if you know you're going to have to make 9 million hamburgers that day.
I think on two, right.
I'll cut you a deal on a frozen bag.
The first of the month and any of those 39-cent days. You're absolutely right, man. They should, look, the pre-wrapped, the pre-frozen. We've done.
You know what you're going to do with them.
So just buy the ones you think you're going to eat now. We'll make those fresh.
Yeah, you want 10 fresh ones right now?
No
sure.
problem.
If you want 40 that are frozen, then we'll still give you 50 hamburgers.
How long did you work at McDonald's, man?
I worked there for probably about 2 years.
2 years.
All right. What was your favorite thing to make off of the menu? Your favorite concoction.
I really like just making a regular cheeseburger, but with the Big Mac sauce instead.
All right.
Of the ketchup and mustard.
There's nothing wrong with that sauce. Actually, that would be a good thing to just order a la carte.
Like Big Mac sauce?
Yeah, I want a cheeseburger with Big Mac sauce on it.
Dude, remember, was that like a year or two ago they had the Big Mac sauce?
Yeah, the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And you could get some. So I had a bottle, and then I would cook up little like pieces of steak and put like a steak sandwich with Big Mac sauce.
How was it?
Delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, that sauce can go on anything.
What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA. All right, still to come, we've got the drunken charge coming in. Ryan Castle. We will sit and spin with 10 songs corrected by the grammar police. That is coming up, and more of your calls. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
So the story goes, what usually is a friendly drive-thru experience at a southeast Atlanta Chick-fil-A turned violent Wednesday when 4 women in 2 separate cars fought each other and then one pulled a gun, according to police. Video of the fight obtained by Channel 2 Action News shows the women out of their cars throwing blows, pulling hair. It include one of them, Vonshay Redding, pulling a gun. Vonshay, Vonshay Redding, pulling a gun, white, and putting it into another woman's forehead.
Oh.
The gun was never fired. This is at 9:15 a.m. Atlanta police were called to the restaurant.
Atlanta.
Where witnesses told them that the woman got into a fight and left the scene. Flabbergasted by what she saw, said customer Honey Shaw, as she pulled out her cell phone and filmed it.
Vonshay and Honey.
It was Honey Shaw and Vonshay Redding. It was really jarring, Shaw told Channel 2 Action News. It just kind of shocked me. It was close and in front of me. Shaw said a Chick-fil-A employee passing out receipts backed away from the drive-thru when he saw the fight. Police found women 6 minutes later with lacerations, cuts from the fights. Why the women were fighting, no one knows. It's unclear, but Redding told police she'd been involved in an ongoing dispute with one of the other women. Police did not specify the source or anything, so they knew each other. Authorities also found a gun matching the description of one pulling out of Redding's car that she pointed in the woman's forehead. She was arrested on aggravated assault charges. Everybody's just going for a chicken biscuit, I'm assuming, at 9:15 a day.
Right.
Or a ham and cheese biscuit, whatever.
I wanted a biscuit and I got a gun put to my head. I'm mad about my day already. Seriously, I'm sorry, right? And you think about this. I wanted to get a biscuit with chicken at Chick-fil-A. It's 9:15 in the morning. Obviously, I'm on my way somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get this because this is going to make my morning a little better. And I ended up with a gun being pointed at my forehead. I am going to be irritable all day. There's no question about it.
And not only that, but if you go to Chick-fil-A, and I hate to really break this down as a biscuit lover, but there are very few places where you can get an actual chicken biscuit.
Mm.
And so, if you're going there, I know damn well you're going for the chicken biscuit because you
it's
can
Atlanta.
Get
it's in Georgia, of course.
You can get a biscuit at McDonald's. You just can't get a chicken biscuit at McDonald's. Wherever they serve biscuits, they don't have chicken biscuits. You got to go like Bojangles or something. So yeah, it ruined that whole thing.
Bojangles better have good chicken biscuit. They call it Bojangles.
Popeyes, good chicken. What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Amber. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello.
Hola.
My God, that was forever.
Yeah, it was.
Well, sorry.
We've been waiting,
man,
Amber.
Oh, man.
Come on, get your crap together.
Yeah. About maybe 3 years ago. That was about 2 years ago. So I used to work at Jack in the Box.
All right.
And I was working graveyard. And so it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And at that time, we have those Coke freestyle machines.
Yeah.
And they reset themselves at 3 a.m. So this lady comes to the drive-thru, and she orders, like, a spicy chicken sandwich and as a meal. And I tell her, sorry, not our shake machine, our
soda
machine's down, so we can't do any soda whatsoever, but we do have these other options. And so I listen for her, and she's like, well, you're going to charge me for a soda. English take 2. You're going to charge me for the soda, but you're going to give me a different drink for free, basically is what she said. So I'm like, no, I have to charge you for whatever drink that you're going to get, but we don't have any soda available whatsoever. So she's like, okay, just give me the iced mocha. And she had like 2 tacos and a couple other things. So
yeah, she knows because she's a Jack in the Box. That's what you do. You always have a taco.
Coffee and tacos.
They're only 50 cents.
Ooh, keep that mouth up, Mama. I'm kissing that. Coffee and tacos. Ooh. Dreams do come
It's like
true.
peanut butter and jelly.
I wish for this on my 8th birthday and blew out the candles, and here it is. Taco, coffee, mouth, Mama.
Like salt and pepper.
So total comes out to like $13 for 2 tacos, a spicy chicken combo, and like
that mouth's greasy
ice
too.
mocha.
It's gonna come in handy.
Yeah.
And so and a junior bacon cheeseburger.
All right.
So
And this is all for. Is this for one? Is this for one person?
yes, this is all from one person.
Gosh,
and then
sounds
like,
beautiful.
2 or 3
She
people in the car.
might be going home to somebody else, but if she's getting at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm assuming you're getting off work. You worked in a bar. You might have a roommate. You're picking up food for the way home.
Or
3 in the morning.
she's my kind of girl.
Yeah.
Got
She's
that
like,
greasy
3 people
mouth.
in the car with her.
The taco coffee.
Taco coffee breath. Lettuce in her teeth.
A Marlboro coming out the hot side of her mouth. Sandy.
So she's got like 2 or 3 people in the car with her, and she gets up to the window, and she's like, she starts arguing with me about how, even though it's not my fault that the soda machine's down, she's not going to pay the extra money for an iced mocha, even though that's what she wants. Because some people, they don't even get a drink.
So she ordered the ice
Hold
mocha.
on, because
She ordered
Ted's
an
going to
ice
do this.
mocha.
I know. And look here,
getting fired up.
Amber, here's what's going to happen. Ted's going to say this. He's going to say, when you said combo, part of that combo is you paid for a drink. Now, that drink you assume to be a soda, and that's part of the cost of that meal. So I think what this woman
she's
is
still
feasible-
charging her for the soda, but
Yeah.
she's not giving her soda.
If you
So give me that mocha.
If you individually rung up the sandwich and the fries, and it still costs more than the meal, all right?
Right.
It's still problematic to her because for less of a cost, she could have got the meal with a soda. But now she's going to have to not only pay for the soda that she does not get, but you've also charged her for the iced mocha. I think this is inherently where this person is coming from. Continue.
Oh yeah, but we make her food, and she's still arguing with me about the cost of the ice mocha and everything.
With that pretty
And
greasy
she's like,
taco
"Is your
mouth."
cook-" So she then says, "Is your cook going to spit in my food?" So
Fair
I'm
question.
like,
Did you say what? You mean again?
yeah. I'm like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, is your cook going to spit in my food? I'm like, no, the cook's not going to spit in your food. Why? She's like, well, I was being a B word and stuff like that.
A bitch.
So
You were, or she says that she was?
she was.
Okay,
She
all
said
right.
that.
So she's saying, hey, look, I've been a little aggressive. I've been a B. Don't spit in my food. All right.
Yeah.
Well, probably because
So
she's
I'm
dying
like,
of thirst.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
she's
like,
hungry.
no, he's not going to spit in your food. And I give them all their food, and they're checking in everything. And they even open up every single sandwich to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, they didn't have a big pearl in it?
Oh, no. There's nothing wrong with the food whatsoever.
A speckled pearl.
So they come back maybe
Is that a
5
pickle?
minutes later, and she's like, "You guys forgot my tacos." And I look back, I obviously forgot the tacos. So that was my.
Oh, no. You forgot the taco?
no.
After all that, you forgot a taco?
But by this point in time, tell me the soda machine reset and you were able to give her a delicious beverage.
No, the soda machine takes forever. It takes like half an hour to reset.
Okay.
So I give her tacos, and she's like, "Your cook took a bite out of my burger."
Oh, no.
And I'm like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Yeah, your cook took a bite out of my burger." And I'm like, "No, he didn't, because I saw you clear as night sky, clear as day. You opened up that sandwich, and there was nothing wrong with it."
I love that you two are the ones arguing. Somehow that makes this whole thing
Clear as the night sky.
where I cannot see anything because it's dark.
Clear as dawn.
Smooth as sandpaper.
Bright as blackness.
And what did she say then, Amber?
So she then, okay. So I'm like, "Fine, I'll remake it for you." And I remake it, like, takes me like 30 seconds to remake. And I give it to her, and she's like, she then proceeds to throw her old one at me. And the new one that she's got, she's like, "Well, that was fast. I guess I'll feed it to my dogs." And then she drives off.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's your fast food story. I mean, damn. She ended up throwing that stuff at you. You forgot her tacos. She was a bitch. She thanks the cook.
All right, Amber.
See, man.
This is typical Dan. Do you understand what
I have a feeling a lot of weird things happened to Amber when she worked at
Jesus. All right. Okay. What is your fast food story?
That was
844-999-OLA.
That was
I
it was
think
like
she-
oddly riveting. Like
Oddly.
But why?
I don't know.
Okay.
It wouldn't end, but I couldn't stop listening.
We were on a roller coaster that, you know, when you're going up and it goes click, click, click.
Right.
But it never dropped.
Oh.
We just kind of kept clicking.
No,
And I was
it
waiting
was-
for this bomb.
it was like a 2-foot
Then
drop.
she hopped out, and we started punching each other. This and that. She's like, and she said she's going to feed it to her dogs.
Beat her in the face with a taco. And Sandy's taco coffee breath was breathing down my neck.
And that whole story about the soda, then it's like, and I forgot her taco.
Oh, I was trying to explain, but I don't think she still got the idea of why that she was trying to say, like, hey, I'm getting
part of the cost of the meal
this
is a
soda
drink.
that I'm not getting. And now you're making me not only not get that, but then I got to pay for something else. So therefore, I'm paying twice as much for something, and I'm only getting half.
And then I'm thinking that your cook's going to spit my food, and in the end, I throw a drink at it.
And I've lost my taco.
And get cold tacos.
How am I supposed? I'm just have coffee breath, not coffee taco breath. What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
Click, 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 click.
Everyone's got their hands up.
Like the drop's
Just
coming.
waiting.
We're about to get hit with it.
Come on. What do you mean that's the ride?
This DJ's so weird. He never actually drops the beat.
Oh,
They have now dubbed her Taco Amber.
Taco Amber.
Taco Amber. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
All right, so my story goes back about 20 years. I was working at Taco Bell. There was just two of us. It was on a Sunday, and just after church, and so that's a busy time, and a lot of people didn't show up, whatnot. So I was working the line, and my manager was working the drive-thru, and some dude comes through and asks for a whole bunch of food that he wants free because he says when his dad got home, the food was cold. And we got all these people in the lobby waiting for their food. So my manager's like, all right, we'll just come in and we'll talk about it or whatever. So the dude comes in, and so now I got to work the register, pull off the line to go talk to this dude. And he's like, all right. So I want 4 burrito supremes, Mexican nuggets, tacos, like just a whole bunch of food. And he's like, and 4 large pops. And, I tried to defuse the situation. I said, well, were the pops cold when you got home too? And
I know this thing.
And what do you say, Dave? Just set him off. His head just exploded. Like, what if they had 3-minute abs?
No, man, no.
You can't do that. All right. What?
so the guy just freaks out. You're not funny or whatever he said, and he reaches over the counter and flips my Taco Bell hat off.
Oh, no. Your sombrero? Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
Needs war.
I go for a walk around the counter to get out to the lobby, and then by now my manager, who's like, she's only like 19, I'm 17. She's a young manager.
How old's this guy?
How old?
This guy is 21. I learned.
Okay.
So he's 21, and there's some kids from my school there that I knew were dropouts and whatnot, but they were around my age at the time. So he just kind of did, just kind of bought the kids beer, and they hung out with them, and or in this case, got them free food. But so they're in the lobby too, the 3 other kids, and so I'm walking around the counter, and my manager's yelling at me, Dave, no. But it's a long walk around, so I calm down by the time I get back to him, right? And I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, leave, just leave. And so he turns around to leave, and he sees the 3 buddies there, and it was like he just couldn't do it. He couldn't leave like that. So he turns back around and just spits in my face. Like, yeah.
Oh. And then what do? He already knocked your head off. Now he spits in your face.
Yeah, now I spit in my face. Well, I kind of blacked out. I ended up with an assault 2 charge over that one.
You mean
what?
Oh wait, hold on. In theory, you blacked out.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. Okay.
Like
so
if I'm your attorney, you blacked out. Like
Right.
if we're having a conversation and I'm your counsel, then at this point you black out, right?
All right. You guys are good for me.
Okay.
All right. So I just start teeing off on him. And he goes into like a fetal position, and he's leaning up against the line rails, and I'm just teeing off on him. But I kind of, your adrenaline or whatever it is, your head stops spinning. So I kind of wake up and realize what I'm doing. And
Again, you're in a blacked out state.
Right.
right.
That's what people have told me.
Yes, exactly.
I leave him there, and then like I said, there's the lobby's full, and I go back to the line, and the sink where you wash your hands is in full view of everybody, and so I'm washing my hands, and I go back to the line, and I start, like I said, I'm the only one to make the food, so I start flipping the tortillas on the paper, looking up at my order, and putting beans on it and such, and I look out, and there's this whole lobby full of like people just out of church in their church clothes, little girls in dresses, and they're all just kind of staring at me with like their mouth open, going, "Are you serious?" Because I just kind of went back to work, and then it dawned on me. I was like, "Oh my God, it's time! It looks like it's time for me to get out of here."
How long till the lights pulled up in the parking lot there?
Well, it just so happened that one of my buddies at my school on our football team was there, and I was on my way out. He's like, Dave. He's like, let's go. And so I got in his car. We took off. So I got out of it before the cops even showed up.
Did the cops ever come looking for you? I mean, they say it's an employee. Obviously, they know where you live.
That's what was super weird. So they didn't come to my house. I wasn't formally arrested. I don't really remember. I did have a court date, obviously.
So what do you just black everything out associated with this? Like, the cops showed up.
Then I moved to a different state. Did you ever work another shift at Taco Bell?
No.
Okay, that was the last shift.
No, I never did go. I never went back. I was never formally fired. I just never went back. But I do remember.
Man, I was going to ask if it's true that they actually send a chihuahua to your home that you're fired and then walks away. Apparently, they're pretty reasonable.
You just didn't show up ever
I feel
again.
like whatever the job is, when you beat somebody up that good in the lobby, you don't get to come back.
I think it's great that you went to flipping tortillas and throwing beans on there, man.
But actually, he gave me one of the greatest quotes I've heard today, and it's just he was talking beans and such. For some reason, I'm just like, I would have thought I'd hear. I'm doing
Flipping tortillas,
beans and such. It's like Sam Elliott sitting at a campfire with him.
Oh, boy.
Tonight we're going to eat beans.
I can just see the look on that guy's face when he asked if the drinks were still cold. Just like,
Right. What?
well, what if they had 3-minute abs?
What?
You knew that guy was ready, already pissed and ready.
I like his line, though, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny.
But, yeah.
What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA. All right, coming up, we got the drunken charge. Ryan Castle in the house. We will sit and spin today 10 songs that are corrected by the grammar police. Who are the grammar police? Well, that would be our own Ryan Castle. Sit and spin is coming up. And more of your calls on our question, what is your fast food story? We'll take a break and be right back. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Federal authorities say an Albuquerque man robbed a fast food restaurant multiple times until employees finally decided to fight back. According to court documents, 24-year-old Lorenzo de Santiago committed 2 armed robberies this month at a Taco Bell/KFC. Now that, to me,
It's a fine combo.
that is really a good one, isn't it?
And Taco Lady will be back with
Oh, man, Taco Bell and KFC at
Grease
one
up
place.
them lips with chicken,
Because
mama.
you know what? Up until Taco Bell got their fries, which I have not tried and don't know a lot about.
I've heard they're good, but I haven't tried them.
The one thing about Taco Bell in my mind was, yeah, I love Taco Bell, but I still would love to have, if I'm going to a fast food place, delicious potato product. In this combination, I could get a box of KFC potato wedges
Like
and
who
then go
programmed this
and
robot?
get some Taco
I am
Bell.
looking for a delicious
Yes.
potato
Right.
product.
Yes. You know what I'm talking about.
That seems like a higher demand than me simply asking for a beverage with my meal.
Well, your debate is whether once you call it a meal or even a combo, then that equates.
It should
maybe.
involve a soda or a
Yes,
drink, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Officials say he tried to rob the place a third time. De Santiago allegedly fired a shot in the restaurant, walked inside the kitchen, and got into a fist fight with 2 of the employees. He lost the gun and took off. He was eventually arrested. Our question, what is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
Who starts shooting and then switches to
Do a
fist?
fist fight.
What, did he run out of ammo? It's like a bad game.
What are you doing?
Like, you have the gun.
That's what I'm thinking.
You've already shot it.
And you're fighting multiple employees.
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. Jesus. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, Bichola.
Hola.
So, 1990, Southern California, going through a Del Taco at like 9 o'clock in the morning. But we were pretty hammered. And, and we're all kind of yelling at the speaker, and it was really bad. The speaker was really bad, and all of a sudden it just gets real quiet on the other end, and you hear, "Pull up, man." All right, so we pull up, and we called him some Mexican. The story, when we talk about the story, he was because he was like half Samoan, half Mexican. He was huge.
All right.
And
Huge Mexican guy.
he could get like most of his art, like up to the forearm, out the little window thing, and he points and he goes, "Who was yelling?" And I'm like, "That was me, man." And he goes, "You better watch it, Holmes. You're white." And it was a smorgasbord in the car. There was 2 white guys, a Cuban, black guy, and I'm like, I looked at the black guy. I'm like, "Brother Will, how come you never told me I'm white?" And the dude goes, "Oh, for real?" I said, "For real? I didn't know, man. My bad." And he goes, "Okay." And he starts taking his gear off, like his little headset thing and that. He starts walking out. And we're like, we don't think we want Del Taco that bad. Just he and the rest of the crew seemed like they were coming out. And so we just kind of drove away, and we ended up getting Jack in the Box.
The end.
This has been a Jeff production.
Oh, man. Yeah, good times. Jesus.
I don't like to share honesty of it.
What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA.
It's just funny because I'm friends with him. He's not a crazy guy. But I will say this, he doesn't drink anymore.
Wait, you know that guy?
Yes.
The guy who just
That's
called.
why he was telling that story. I'm always like, man, wish I had, like, I know he doesn't drink for a reason, but I'm like, man, I wish I had known old Jeff. Sounds crazy.
Maybe got my ass beat 5 or 10 times.
No, he was smart, man. He rolled out. But I got to go with him on one thing.
Yeah, he's a tough dude.
If you just have to go with the geographic stereotype of who you don't want to fight, I'd put Samoan on top of, say, man, you don't know who it is. I'd be like, not a Samoan dude, man.
What is your fast food story? 844-999-OLA. Hold the line there. More of your calls coming up in seconds.
The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.